Welcome, everyone. This is Francois. This is the first episode of the Peacecraft podcast, um, in which you will journey with me as we uncover what is Peacecraft and all that entails with it. There's also a journey in a sense of it being established. So, a little bit about me. Uh, Currently, in recording this, I am a student at the new school. I'm a senior. And what inspired me to start this project was we have this thing called Warcraft, which is the pretty much the science and art of war. Um, and yeah, there have been military academies that this has been a significant discipline for thousands of years, probably even tens of thousands of years. Uh, and what's so fascinating is that we have this, but where's Peacecraft? Um, you look in a dictionary, you can even look in Wikipedia, and it doesn't exist. And that's the purpose of this project. And so, what is Peacecraft? Um, Taking it as a mirror of Warcraft, this is the science, study, the practice, the art of peace. I think the biggest thing you want to focus on with this word Peacecraft is the craft part. Um, and there are many methods, but how are we going to um, bring about peace? And, with peace, that also entails justice. And that's where I want to begin this little introduction is that we need to have a mindset of a craftsman. And the craftsman uh, has tools and has a medium. For instance, there's a craftsman by the name of carpenters. They have their set of tools, and then they have a medium, which is wood. And so, what is the medium and tools for those in Peacecraft? Well, many of the tools are how to mediate dialogues, how to facilitate them. Another is um, how to utilize conflict as an opportunity, okay, for growth. And then another great one is uh, it's a really cool tool. Is using multi-layer approach. So much of conflicts um, aren't simple. They're very complex. And when there's complexity, we need to account for the context. And yeah, these are all tools. These are like frameworks. Frameworks are, in a sense, tools that we use. And also methodologies. So yeah, these are all in the toolkit. Now, what is our medium, right? In truth, our medium is relationships, people. People are the medium in which we have peace. Of course, there's other things involved, like, economic means and so on and so forth. But ultimately, within peace, we're dealing with people. And I think that's where it gets very interesting, in my opinion. Um, and, same goes for Warcraft. Warcraft has its different methods and strategies, much like Peacecraft. And yeah, what does Warcraft deal with? People. Um, because in Warcraft is really all about uh, country A versus country B, or clan versus other clan, so on and so forth. So in war, there's always a versus. In Peacecraft, on the flip side, it's not a versus. We're not getting to a point where we're exacerbating a conflict. In Peacecraft, what we are looking to do is to transform it. So instead of being a versus, we're trying to build a bridge, essentially. Um, because I think that's the whole point of peace, in a sense, is we want to build stronger connections. Because when conflict happens, that's a sign of a breakage, in a sense. There's a weakness that's happening, um, and yeah, we need to address it before it gets out of hand. Um, so yeah, going forward, we'll be going over uh, different thinkers, methods, dealing with peacemaking. Also, we be getting into justice as well, because peace and justice, they are essentially inseparable. We will also be getting into conflict and war, because that's when mm, that is the condition, unfortunately, where uh, peacecraft comes into play, um, and it should. War shouldn't just come out to be war. It's, yeah, highly destructive, and a- and how one of my mentors shared with me, victories are temporary. There is no ultimate victor. So, uh, furthermore, the last thing that we'll get into is about the real world. So there'll be episodes where, yeah, we will break down certain conflicts. Right now it's Ukraine, so I'll definitely start off with the Ukraine-Russian conflict, especially dealing with the whole um, bigger picture with Europe, NATO, and the whole shebang. And the most important thing is that we have to be very contextual. And when we're looking at these things, we need to see it from all angles. Um, I come from a background of literature and also cinema and theater. Um, and I'm going to repeat myself here, but that's how we have to look at these instances, or this complexity, is we need to see it as a theater. We need to see all the characters out there interacting with each other. What are the backgrounds of these characters, and so on and so forth. And then the most important part in all this is we are not just the audience. We are a part of the theater, and so we will also get into that. Furthermore, looking into the future, I will have special guests where we, yeah, talk about certain conflicts, um, talk about certain peace movements as well that have been going on, and even getting into practitioners as well throughout the journey. Um, so, yeah, thank you for joining me on this first episode. Nice little introduction. Um, yeah, let's look forward to episode 2. I'll check in with y'all soon.